Could he actually win?
No freaking way!
He will be tempted to run, be predictably shellacked.
Do not tell me that Donald Trump is in this to win this, okay? He's a sideshow.
This is going to turn a three-ring circus into a freak show.
How should Republicans handle Donald Trump?
Ignore. There's not going to be a President Donald Trump. That's not going to happen.
I'd like to support the nominee, but he's not going to be the nominee. That's just not going to happen.
Well, I don't think it's likely that Donald Trump will be the nominee.
He is not going to be the nominee.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Well, I'm going to support the Republican nominee, and I'm comfortable that it's not going to be Donald Trump.
I think in time, I don't believe Donald is going to be the nominee.
I definitely don't think he's going to win the nomination.
Donald Trump is not going to get the nomination.
Open convention. No one's going to have 1,237 delegates.
Donald Trump is not going to be president of the United States.
I mean, it's kind of like everyone's nightmare that it might happen.
Still don't think he'll be the nominee.
Point is that it's nowhere near over.
However, if it's 47-53, which is what it's been so far, 47% of the delegates selected from here on out for Trump, 53% for non-Trump, then it is Trump at 1,160, well short of the number needed to nominate, and the not Trump forces at 1,312 with a lead of 152. More likely that at that point they can coalesce around somebody.
All I can say is about polling at this stage in the race. The race is not over, and Donald Trump is not going to be the nominee of this party.
He's not going to be a viable candidate.
He is obviously never going to be president. He is obviously never going to be the Republican nominee for president, and he is obviously never going to be a candidate for president.
In the big picture, it's going to be a tough May for Donald Trump the way the map looks, right?
I think Donald Trump will win on the first ballot.
I think they're going to win it on the first ballot.
No presidential nominee in my lifetime went into the national convention as the front runner and didn't get the nomination. But as a historian, you got to love Donald Trump because he's so interesting and he's kind of poked the nose of the national media. We've never had a moment quite like this. The nearest we come to is 1828 when the voters rose up against the establishment. We'd had 6 presidents. 2 of them had come from the same family, John Adams and John Quincy Adams. 4 of them had been Secretary of State. They all were Episcopalian. They all lived on the East Coast, and the American people elected Andrew Jackson. I think Donald Trump won the debate. I base that on the fact that the audience are not conservative Republicans or African Americans or other groups that have made up their mind. The audience are the 3 million undecided voters in 7 toss-up states. And they're not undecided because they're in conflict. They're undecided because they've been uninterested. And those are the ones that will watch the first 15, 20 minutes of the debate and make take away their impression and turn it off. And the polls showed that the number one issue, the viewers said, of the debate was the economy. And that was the first 20 minutes of the debate that Donald Trump dominated.
Now, the liberal-loving Clinton media, the mainstream media, you know, the ones colluding with the campaign, they've declared this election is over before your votes have even been cast or counted. Now, they say it's impossible for Donald Trump to win. I disagree. I don't think they could be further from the truth. So there is a path to 270, very hard, very tough. He's got a threaded needle, but very possible.
Okay, here we are. And which Republican candidate has the best chance of winning the general election?
Of the declared ones right now, Donald Trump.